Hey, what is up? Hello friends, my name is Noli and I like to read, and today we're going to be picking my July TBR. I ended up only getting to 4 out of the 7 books that were on my June TBR. I'll put them up on the screen so you can see which ones I completed. But I'm not too mad about that because I ended up being out of town for 2 weeks out of the month unexpectedly, and so it was fine. Like, I'm happy with 4 out of the 7. I think I ended up reading like a total of 7 or 8 books or something that month anyways, so again, I'm happy with that. The ones on the top of the cart are just ones that I would love to get to sooner. But if we don't have any prompts for those, I'm not against obviously choosing anything from the rest of the cart because it's on the cart because I want to read it. So with that being said, let's go ahead, jump right in and choose prompt number 1 from our TBR jar. I need to really restock this because it's getting quite empty, but we'll save that for a problem for next month. A book that was recommended by someone you love. Okay, my brother recommended Murtagh to me, so I could definitely do that one. Happy Place was recommended to me, this is a reread, by the way. These Summer Romance, Happy Place, and Summer Broken Rules are all rereads that I wanted to do this month. Happy Place was recommended to me by my bestie, so could definitely do that one. Daisy Hates was recommended to me by a friend. Who else? A Man Called Ove, or Ove, or however you want to pronounce it, I could definitely do. But I think I'm gonna do Happy Place because this is just giving summer read. I've been dying to do a reread of this, and it's perfect time. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I love this book. I think about Harriet and Wayne literally all the time, and I love the setting of this book, so I'm very excited to get back to it. And I've been itching for Emily Henry reread. So first book, July TBR, Happy Place by Emily Henry. So excited about that. Prompt number 2, book number 2. If I didn't say already, I think I'm gonna do 6, unless I get a ton of books that like I'm really anticipating and want to get to, and then I can choose 7. Okay. A book that was published in the last 365 days. Okay, do I have any new releases on here actually? I don't know that I do. Maybe Summer Romance. I know that came out last year, but I don't know if it was in the last 365 days or not. The paperback version of Murtagh came out in the last 365 days. So maybe I'll count that if nothing else. Oh, I know Silver Elite did. Okay, so that's definitely an option. Did the Strawberry Pancake House? I don't think it did, but I don't really know. I remember this series blowing up in like last fall. The paperback edition came out in 2025, but I don't know if that was like if this came out before that and they just like republished it in 2025. I don't know. So this could be an option, and it would probably be a better option than Silver Elite, because while I do want to get to Silver Elite, that one just feels more like a fall book to me. What about Summer Romance? When did you come out? Because I know her new one just came out. I already read that one. Okay, it says 2024, but it doesn't say when in 2024. So I don't know that I can choose this one. Dang it, because I would love to choose this one. Oh well, it's fine. I'll survive. I'll probably get to it eventually. Let's go ahead and pick the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, because this one gives more like summer, spring vibes than Silver Elite does, in my opinion. So second book on our July TBR is going to be The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. I love the Gilmore Girls, and I've heard that this series definitely gives those vibes. I never read the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is the one of this series I think that really like blew up. So I'm intrigued to just know what this world is going to be like. And I do own the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, so then if I do like this one, then I can definitely get to this one in the fall. But alas, we will see what ends up happening. Second book for July TBR picked, and then let's go ahead and pick prompt number 3. A book you're most excited about. Okay, well that is fantastic. Summer Romance is a reread. Is that cheating if I say I'm most excited about that one? Is that cheating? Because it is the one on the cart that I think I'm most excited about, but it is in fact a reread. Other than Summer Romance, I'm also very excited for The Bridge Kingdom and The Cruelest Mercy. So I could do one of those. But I think if I was going to be honest, the one that I'm like literally the most excited for is Summer Romance by Anna Monaghan. And even though it is a reread, it is technically on the cart. So we're gonna go ahead and choose Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan for our third book on the July TBR. I need to also remember my Kindle reads because I could have picked one of those for that probably as well. But anyways, prompt number 4 for our July TBR, multiple POVs. Okay. This one I feel like I always remember being a struggle to find, and I don't know why, because I feel like it should be more common than it is. I don't think Summer of Broken Rules has multiple POVs. No, I'm not saying it. I remember the first book in this series having multiple points of view, so I'm going to assume that this one also does as well. Okay, but it doesn't like say it on the start of the chapter, so I don't know. But I think this one probably does, as well as Murtagh and the Empire of Gold. I don't think this one does. I haven't read the first book in that series. I don't think this one does. Like, if it does, it's not like consistently like changing every other chapter or every couple chapters. It's just like, oh, here's a random little chapter of someone else's point of view, which I guess would still count. I don't think Daisy Hates would, and I just don't know that I want to choose any of these because I don't really want to start a new series yet. So I think I'm going to go ahead and choose A Fire Endless because we are following like 4 different main characters throughout this series, and I remember in the last book I think we had all of their points of view. So I'm going to go ahead and choose A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. The first book in this series is A River Enchanted. It's just a duology, and I gave that one a 5-star. I absolutely loved it, and I think this will be a good like summer fantasy read. So I'm very excited about this one and cannot wait to get to it. Okay, and then I think we'll probably end up doing 7, but let's go ahead and pick prompt number 6 for the July TBR, a book with a long title. I think The Summer of Broken Rules is a arguably long title, okay? Definitely longer than a lot of the ones on here. What else? Do I even have anything else that's that long? The Summer of Broken Rules, 5 words. The Way I Used to Be is long title. What else? The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer is a pretty long. Just Haven't Met You Yet is a pretty long title. The Bookish Life of Nina Hill is a pretty long title. The Bookish Life of Nina Hill is 6. The Way I Used to Be is 6. I don't think I have anything that's longer than 6. So I think we're going to be choosing between these 2. And I do think I already have a lot of romances on here. So maybe we'll go for a little heartbreaking cry one. I've heard that this one breaks your heart and that it's miserable, but that also that it's so good, and it's one of the original Book Talk books. So I think we're gonna go ahead and choose The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. I'm not gonna say I can't wait to get to this one, but I am intrigued by it, and I know that it's probably going to be impactful. So looking forward to it for those reasons. However, I know that I'm probably going to sob. So there's that one. And then also just for the fact that we don't end on like a really sad note, let's go ahead and pick prompt number 7, book number 7 for the July TBR, which will be newest addition to the TBR. Okay, I literally went thrifting yesterday and bought 2 books, and those 2 books were These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan and Romanov by Nadine Brandis. So very excited about both of these. This is one that I've wanted to get to for so long, but it was just never like top of my list to get to, and so I just kind of never bought it, and then I thrifted it for like $2, so I was like, perfect, now I'll read it eventually. And this is another one that's kind of been on my radar for a long time, but again, just never top of the list for me to buy. So I'm very excited about this one. This one would be a wise one for me to choose because I believe it is a fantasy standalone. However, this one I know is on Kindle Unlimited, as well as I don't know if this is just a duology or if it's a trilogy, but I think all of the books are on Kindle Unlimited. So for that reason, I think I'm gonna go with These Hollow Vows, as well as I just have like a little bit more excitement, and this one feels like it would be a little bit more of a fall read. Like I think I would enjoy it more in the fall at least. So I think I'm gonna pick These Hollow Vows. I cannot say that word. These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. I've heard that this is like a young adult version of ACOTAR. Don't know how accurate that is or not, but we're gonna find out. So very excited to get to this one, and that is it, man, for our July TBR. So I'm gonna make room on the top of the cart, and then we'll go through and talk about all the books that I chose for my July TBR. So firstly, for the July TBR, we had a book recommended by someone you love, which we chose Happy Place by Emily Henry for. Next up was Published in the Last 365 Days, which we chose The Strawberry Patch Pancake House for. Next up, we had the book you're most excited for, which I chose Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. Then Then we had a book with multiple POVs, which we chose A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross for. Then we had a book with a long title, which we chose The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith for. And then lastly, we had newest addition to the TBR, which was Lee's Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. So very excited about all of these. Cannot wait to get to it. I think it's going to be a fantastic reading month. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I love you, Jesus loves you. Hope you have a great day, week, life, whatever it is. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.